Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is DiDi Co. If you didn't know, I'm always at the window. That was a throwback. So I have this humidifier going on in the background. It may be distracting because it's distracting to me. Anyway, I came on here to talk about, I guess it's kind of like a life update, but it's on one specific thing. The Monday after Thanksgiving, I had to go to an allergist. I've been on this journey all 2023 of finding out why I'm sick. So every time I would go to urgent care, they'd ask if you have allergies because they wouldn't see anything else wrong. So they was like, you need to go to a specialist. So I went to the allergist. I went to one in February, was told I need allergy shots. That was basically it. There was no like reasoning. They're just like, you're allergic to everything, get some allergy shots. That was that. Allergy shots are a 5-year process. If you want to know what allergy shots are, please go look that up. This is not what this video is for. I'm trying to limit how much I talk. So then I decided, let me go to another allergist, one that preferably has English as their first language so that we're both comprehending what one another is saying. So I went to him the Monday after Thanksgiving, took a skin test. I didn't know there were different types of like skin tests they would do, like the pricks. So apparently I've never gotten like a food allergy test. There are 10 main food groups on this test, and I was allergic, or I am allergic, to 8 out of the 10 food groups. I'm sitting here crying because after the nurse left the room, because it sits on your arm for 10 minutes, after the nurse left the room, I immediately saw all of them swell up. And I'm like, bruh, the other one that I've gotten on my back, like the ones they do like 80 on your back, all of those swelled up. Like, I'm allergic to roaches, bro, like everything. So what made it worse was that in the room next to me, it's only divided by a curtain. I can hear the nurse saying to this patient, like,
oh, you're not allergic to anything except this one right here.
And I'm like over here like, I'm allergic to everything. It sucked. We get into the doctor's room. The doctor goes over my results with me, gives me a chart, and was like, yeah, so you can't eat these things that you're allergic to. Otherwise, you're just going to keep getting inflamed. And you know, any inflammation is sickness in your body. I am allergic to wheat, soy, rice, corn, eggs, milk, oat, and I can't remember the other one. But that's 7. And then I can't have tree nuts or peanuts. So I also learned that there are foods in the same food group that you would never put together. The one that has stuck with me is cashews. I'm like, okay, I can't eat cashews. I looked under the food group of cashews. Mangoes are in that food group. So that means I can't have mangoes. I can't have bananas. I can't have maple syrup. I already knew I was allergic to all the main tree groups. I'm allergic to all types of weeds, cats, dogs. So it's just been that type of life. I actually have the paper right here, like the whole folder. So, oh, chicken. Yeah, so that's what really blew my mind. Like, I'm allergic to chicken and rice. Those two really blew my mind because, look, I was raised on rice milk. I was not raised on cow's milk. And the fact that that had the highest number, like, I'm like really allergic to rice and soy, like soybean. Like, he's like, don't consume those at all. So I'm over here in the doctor's office, like taking in all this information on top of another piece of news I received, which we'll get there. And I'm like, my whole life is literally changing right before my eyes in this doctor's office. I'm being told not to eat any of these foods, and this is what I eat every freaking day of my life. And I've been sick on and off since I was 3 weeks old. Do you know how much soy is in things? Like, soy is in my vitamins. Vegetable oil is not multiple vegetables. Vegetable oil is soybean oil. And I've been told that I was allergic to soy back when I was 12, so I always steered clear of it in terms of like, if it straight up said soy, like I wouldn't drink soy milk type thing. But soy is in my vitamins, the vegetable oil, ice creams. It's in so many things. let's fast forward. I'm taking in this news. He gives me the charts of foods to avoid and foods that I could eat. So I'm starving for the first week after this news. I cry in the bathroom as soon as the appointment's over. Like, I didn't even pay. Like, I had to go back and pay because I was just trying to run out and go cry somewhere. After I cry somewhere, I go pay, like I said. But what else happened in that room, what I was told, weeks before, I had went to go get a CT scan of my nasal passages because I was not able to breathe for a few weeks out of my right nostril. When going over my results, he showed me what a regular CT scan looks like of your nasal cavities and mine. He didn't even have to say anything. As soon as I saw mine, I saw all the problems. This here are your nasal cavities. Like, they're supposed to be empty, free of stuff. Mine is filled with, like, my flesh. And he's like, it's amazing that you've been breathing. He's like, your body has made a way for you to breathe in and out your nose. The fact that a doctor is saying that, a doctor of 30 years, okay? And then I look at my nose and I'm like, I see the flesh blocking the entire passageway. Like, the flesh is as big as my nostril. And I've always seen that in terms of when I was sick, because I only look at my nose when I'm sick. So I'm thinking it goes away, but it never does. So I have to get surgery in January. So about 3 weeks, I get surgery. And it's not invasive. It's outpatient. I'll leave the same day. But it is about a 4-week recovery. And he said, you'll probably feel a difference as soon as you wake up from surgery. Like, that's how bad it is. So I have that, plus the allergies. And then another reason why I get sick is he says my white blood cell count is a little high. Look up what that means. It's not good news. So to the part where some of us are probably been waiting for is, how have I been eating? How have I been living my life? So like I said before, it's changed drastically. I can't go out to eat. Like, I broke down on the phone within the first week because I can still have, like, fries and stuff. Fries and chips because they're potatoes. So I had to call the restaurant and ask them, what oil do you fry your fries in? And I hung up the phone because I was like, bro, I really have to be that person. I have to be that person now. And coming out of retail, like food retail, and being annoyed with those people who are all these special requirements and allergies, I'm now on the other side of the glass, literally. So I was just like, I can't go out. And it affected, like, me and my boyfriend dating. Like, all of our dates can't be food. None of our dates can be food. Like, of course there's many other options, but we're about to go on vacation tomorrow, and it's a 5-day vacation. I'm over here thinking, like, what the hell am I finna eat for 5 days? So what have I done? Since I'm allergic to tree nuts and peanuts, all these milk substitutes were not it. Like, I needed substitutes for the substitutes. I had the choice of goat's milk, potato milk, or pea milk, PEA milk. I didn't want to have another animal byproduct, so I just got pea milk, and I was like, nobody's ever heard of potato milk until, like, I told them, and I'm like, same, like, no one knows about it unless you're allergic to all these other things like I am. So pea milk was also easier to find. It's easy to find. You can find it here as Teeter, all this other stuff. So then once I got a milk substitute, I was like, I had to do it one thing at a time. I'm like, all right, so bread. Gluten-free bread is not it, because a lot of the gluten-free bread is replaced with, like, rice. And that's one of the main things he was like, don't consume. So that's the situation for a lot of substitutes. They replace it with whole brown rice or something like that. And I'm like, bro, like, I need substitutes for the substitutes. It's so annoying. It's getting worse. I had to look up different types of bread. A lot of people are telling me about Ezekiel bread. And there I can, like, make my own bread with buckwheat flour, because I got buckwheat, but I can't have wheat. But I found quinoa bread. And then quinoa bread is not just up in any grocery store. So a lot of the special things I had to look up were all in the same store 40 miles away from me. So I had to just take a trip Saturday morning and go to the store. And I found like 80% of my substitutes. So I got the bread. Doesn't taste like bread, but it's what I have. And I was like, all right, I make sandwiches, so the bread was necessary. I was like, I need peanut butter because I can't have peanut butter. I looked up stuff and chickpeas. Oh my gosh, chickpeas are such a replacement for a lot of things, which is like a lifesaver. Like, thank God I'm not allergic to that. Like, I wasn't told I was, and I hope I never am. So there's this brand called the Amazing Chickpea, and hopefully as I've been talking, things have been popping up on the screen. I don't really put an effort in my videos anymore, so it tastes like, you know, peanut butter, and people are like, get sunflower butter, and I'm like, I've always reacted to that. Half of the Amazing Chickpea is half sun butter, so it's not as bad as a reaction, but I definitely get hives, so I know it's that because it happens every time I eat it. But nowhere on my test says I'm allergic to sunflower, so I'm just gonna assume that it's just my mental. Getting down to the milk, I told you what I drink. And then egg, I'm allergic to egg white, not egg yolk, but who wants to go and separate that? So I just said, F it, I'm allergic to eggs. So I get just egg. Always seen it, always was curious to see if it tasted like eggs or not. It's pretty good substitute. It sticks to the pan like a bitch. Like not even the oil was doing it for me. So I have to look up how to get that stuff not to stick to the pan. I don't know. So to replace vegetable oil, you got canola oil, olive oil. You know, I use olive oil mainly. And then corn, my God. Corn is in everything. Like soy. And on this chart that he's given me, it has the different names for these foods. So like if you see like dextrose, sucrose, lithium, those are all derivatives from corn. Can't have it. That gets me to the ice cream. There's no ice cream substitute for me. I just found like yesterday a buttery spread substitute, and I thought there was none, so I was just been using oil on everything. And if I wanted the butter taste, I would use the oil and put salt in there to get the buttery taste. But now I found out there's a buttery spread. I'm gonna go look for it in the store this weekend and see how that goes. And there are substitutes for cookies and graham crackers, and that's by the brand of Partake. And so on this journey, I have learned, even by yesterday, it really clicked in my head that Target is really good for like these allergen free foods that I'm looking for, and it's kind of blowing my mind. And there are such things, such stores as Super Target. Like, it's called Super Target. There's a picture. I've been finding a lot of good stuff in Target. So then we move on to like the chicken. I'm just allergic to chicken. I was eating chicken every day of my life because my mom cooked it every day of my life. So no wonder I was getting sick. Drinking rice milk every day, eating chicken every day, eating corn, soy, everything I'm allergic to, wheat. So my body was always constantly inflamed. So switched from chicken to like lamb chops. It was my first time having lamb. That shit, sorry, is so tasty without seasoning. It's crazy. Like, I definitely prefer this over chicken. Like, it's so tasty without seasoning. So with the seasoning on top, it's like eating 5-star every day. Like, lamb chops, I just got hip. I'm not for killing animals. Only chicken. No, let me stop. So, rice. When I first heard that I was allergic to rice, I thought,
hibachi? I can't have hibachi with my chicken?
And the oil they put on it, who knows what that is? So, I had to find a recipe. Like, quinoa obviously is a replacement for any type of grain if you're allergic to it. So quinoa's been in my salads. Like, that's what I was eating the full first week. Kale, quinoa, apples. Like, I was making a sweet green salad every day at home, basically, so I can survive. So I have found cauliflower rice, riced cauliflower. I didn't want to do rice broccoli. It'll just taste like a mouthful of vegetables. I just cauliflower rice. I was like, that's closest. So I did this hibachi style, you know, fried rice with the rice cauliflower and the just egg, you know, the fake eggs in there, and tried to like sauce it up. And I wanted to like saute the meat up with the lamb chop, but I was like, no, the lamb is just so good, I don't want to put it in there. Long story short, it did not taste like fried rice, but it was good. And so that brings me on to mayonnaise. I can't have that. So it took a lot of searching, and I finally found one. Hopefully it's up here because I don't remember the name off rip. But I found that, and I was like, bet I can make yum yum sauce. Because back in college, the little off-brand Japanese spot on campus had just made yum yum sauce with mayonnaise and sriracha. So I was like, bet. I made it. Tastes just like yum yum sauce. So geeked. So geeked. I'm like, okay, I'm finding these substitutes. Slowly but surely, I'm finding these substitutes. I love cabbage. I've been cooking up cabbage and using it. It's been fun cooking. And I have not cooked since college. Like 19-year-old me. And I'm 25 now. So I have not been cooking. So this is the most I've cooked in like 5 years. And it's been fun experimenting. Today, I made pancakes for the first time with all my substitutes. You just get a regular recipe from a website and use your substitutes. You know, it's not always that simple, but just try it out. Experiment. Have fun. You know, every day is an adventure and mystery. And then oatmeal, you know, sayonara. Like, it's like I ate it every day, but that's because I was on the way out, like, out the house. So I haven't tried the cream of buckwheat, because, you know, there's cream of wheat. And so when I saw that there was cream of buckwheat when I was in the store, I was like, bruh, gotta get it. That brings me to the syrup. Can't have maple syrup. Can't have regular. Like, I never liked, you know, like Aunt Jemima's or whatever it's called now, Pearl Milling Company syrup, because they always tell you not to eat high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup. And ding ding ding, I'm allergic to corn. So I just ate maple syrup, knowing that I was allergic to maple trees. So I was like, all right, let me just get rid of maple and switch to agave. Agave is super sweet to me than syrup, but it's what I have. I used that for the pancakes that I made today. They're pretty good. I'm still constantly on this journey. Like I said, it's only been like 4 weeks since this news has been given to me. And I can still have tequila. I can't have any, you know, beer and stuff because that's made with like wheat. I don't like beer anyway. So I'm alive. I'm glad that I know what's wrong with me. I have not had to take Zyrtec every day, but I do still need to take it at least 3 times weekly, because yesterday I woke up like biggest nasal drip. Oh my god. Like I said, it's all clogged up here, so the mucus has nowhere to go but down my throat. So I was just spitting out mucus. People have said I've lost weight. I see it in my face, I guess in my thighs. Yeah, I'm definitely thinning out. Plus, I'm going to the gym every single day after work. Haven't gone in 2 days because of this. I was not feeling well. Helping me lose that weight. And it was kind of refreshing to get this news, like, after I thought about it and sat and thought. And I was just like, you've been wanting to eat better, eat cleaner, and lose weight. And God was like, here, I'm going to give you no choice but to eat better. So that's how I'm looking at it. When I first got the news, I was sitting as if, or eating as if, like, if I eat anything with these things that I'm allergic to, like, I'm gonna get severely sick, all this other stuff. So this past weekend, I went to my cousin's house. We went, you know, to Pennsylvania. And my cousin's husband was like, it's okay, you have a cheat day. And I was like, clicked in my head, like, Adia, you're not going to die if you eat something you're allergic to. Like, because none of my allergies are severe. I've been told by 2 doctors to get EpiPens, but I'm like, everything you said I'm allergic to, I've eaten multiple times, like, and been fine. Like, I'll just get sick later on. So he convinced me, not saying it's his fault, because I took the initiative to keep going. I ate that whole weekend, like, stuff I'm not supposed to. All this stuff, and it's just like, hit me yesterday or the day before. Like, yeah, it took 4 days, but my body was like swelling up in those 4 days. And I was like, all right, calm down, you're doing too much. Plus, I worked a 5-day week, and I'm not used to that anymore. I will put down like recipes down below. I'll put down what I use down below. So like I won't forget in this video, because this is purely what the video is about, if you're suffering like me with allergies. Also, I have my environmental test in a few weeks, so that's going to tell me even more stuff that I'm allergic to, can't use. I had to switch my lotions and all that too, by the way. So it's about your environment. It's about what country you live in, because a lot of people I've met that are not from here is like, why do Americans have so much allergies? And I'm like, America controls your health whether you like it or not. And if you're like woke, you'll do everything you can, but it's so much work to be healthy in America, because you got to get the money and the finances and the knowledge to know what's good for you. Because America will feed you what they want and you'll take it because they want you to take it. So I was suggested to buy Italian flour, like actual flour that comes from Italy, because they don't have the things that America puts in their flour. Maybe that'll help me with the wheat thing. But I was like, I don't want to take the risk right now. I'm completely fine with the potato starch flour that I have, the tapioca starch that I have. Like, things are working out. So I'm gonna just keep on hydrating. I don't drink anything else but like apple juice and water, because everything else has like corn syrup in it. But this is my folder, my guide from the doctor's office. I don't snack anymore because a lot of snacks have stuff I can't have. So that was my journey. I know it's all over the place. I hope you understood something, and I hope you know that if you are as severe as me or worse, if you're worse than me, you probably already have a plan. But if you're just now finding out like me, please just do your research. Take the time. Like, every day on my break at work, I was researching. When the kids were at nap time, I was researching for 2 hours, like substitutes. I wrote a whole list. I typed up a document. Just research so you can like feel more comfortable and calm down. Calm down, because you're going to be okay. You've obviously lived this long eating stuff you're not supposed to, but now you know the problem, and now you know there's solutions. It was nice talking to you guys. Hope you found this informational. If you want any other videos, I'm down to make videos again. I have taken a step back in life and I'm chilling and focusing. I'm not on social media anymore, so that's why I have time. And thank you. Peace, love, and happiness.